Welcome to GISTUBE TV first. Let me just do that here. Subscribe to this channel. Just subscribe already. I mean, if you've been coming or you're new here, don't worry, you're in good hands, in safe hands. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video already. I promise you're going to enjoy it. You're going to talk about something very much interesting, and we're going to look at it in two ways. So keep it locked here. Like this video, subscribe, and share with family and friends.
What does it mean by Folorunsho Alakija has lost her eyesight? Yes, guys, this news has been making wave now, and we've seen multiple reports about the loss of her eyesight. She's currently 73 years old, and she is one of the richest women in Africa. I mean, I think she is actually the richest woman in Africa. This woman has appeared on Forbes, one of the most influential women in Africa and all that. She's also a pastor. She owns a church that she started, and this video is just for us to tell ourselves what actually happened with Madame Folorunsho Alakija, what caused the eyesight loss, and for how long has she been managing it. Because if you've been following the news, or if you've not been following the news, whichever one, you would realize that Funke Alakija had been dealing with a lot of things in the past. Even the way she got into the money, people have questioned it, and all of those things, the oil well she got. Let's just talk about her life, and let's talk about this eyesight that she's lost, and what does that mean for the future of our company that is chairman by her husband. Now, she was in what's it called, a near accident on air, yeah, almost airplane crash, right? And she was with her husband. So when you're old and you're worried about that, we saw what happened to the late Herbert Wigwe, who passed away alongside his wife and his first son. If they had taken preventive measures like, we all don't take the same flight. You know how Queen Elizabeth, when she was alive, and her husband, they didn't used to fly together. Even in America, the first family, they don't fly together. Donald Trump and his family won't be in the same vehicle at the same time. They won't be on the same aircraft at the same time. They are going to travel differently just to avoid something like this happening, right? Something like what happened with Herbert Wigwe happened. So she was on a plane alongside her husband, who is the chairman of the oil company that she started. She's the vice chairman of Famfa Oil, while her husband is the chairman. That's Mudukbe Alakija. They were traveling, they were on air, and they had a mishap like that. You understand now? They almost got in an accident, and the stress from that, coupled with her age, gave her high blood pressure, and that affected her eyesight. Now, what did Folorunsho Alakija do? Saying that she has access to the best of healthcare and all of those things. So she tried to manage it and all that. But according to an eyewitness, what happened was, instead of now really treating it, like maybe using the hospital and all that, she decided to turn to God, which is also a very nice thing. It's a good gesture. She's a pastor. She's owned a ministry since 2004. It was a small fellowship that started in her house back in 2004 that eventually grew to become Rose of Sharon Glorious Ministry International. In fact, she is an apostle, right? So she decided to go to church for help. She started the church to help her. She was doing all of those things, hoping for recovery of eyesight. But she also put in place the measure that herself and her husband do not take the same flight. They don't, go together in the same vehicle and all of those things, just to avoid what happened. But unfortunately, her health continued to deteriorate. Grew to deteriorate, and eventually she has now lost her eyesight. Now, what does that now I don't know, what does that now happen? I don't know how to put it, like, what does that now mean going forward for her? I really don't know, because there is no news report anywhere that she has relinquished her position as a vice chairman. She's still there, she's still active. It's just the eyesight. She might have to use people. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't actually know how that is going to work, and I want us to talk about that in the comment section. She also bought a private jet after the accident. I mean, the near accident, the hair mishap. After it happened, she bought a private jet so that they would not have to be using public aircraft and airlines and all of those things, just to be safe and be better. So she purchased it back in 2017 thereabouts. No, as far back as 2011, actually. She's had he's had private airlines and private aircraft, to her name. Now how did she get into money? Now I mentioned that a lot of persons felt like, oh, how she got into money was not very smooth. What happened was she was a fashion label. That was her first company. She owned a fashion house, right? And she had high clientele, including the wife of the former dictator Ibrahim Babangida. I don't think we can refer to. I mean, let's not get into IBB's story now. The wife of Ibrahim Babangida was one of our clients, and the Nigerian government then awarded Alakija's company an oil prospecting airline back in 1993, oil prospecting license. Then it now became oil mining lease. That is the Agbami field, which has been operating since 2008. Now, there's people, I mean, it's been widely acknowledged and said that her journey into acquiring an oil block is closely linked to her connection with Mariam Babangida, the wife of the former president that we have in Nigeria. But in the late 1980s, she owned Supreme Stitches, right, which catered to Nigerians' elites, including Mariam, and that's how she got a license. It was Babangida's regime that helped that. So those are some of the persons that that it helped, right? And funny enough, she was actually at the launch of Babangida's book, A Journey in Service, that was held at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. And that happened on the 20th of February 2025. And now just a couple of days after, about a week after, we are hearing that she has totally lost sight. She can't use her eye anymore. There's been reports that herself and Modupe Alakija, that's her husband, they've been separated. That they separated after over 30 years of marriage, but they now came to say we are just living apart due to personal differences, but they are still, we don't have any information concerning their marital status. They are still doing business together, but they no longer live together. So I mean, I think it's understandable why she would have such what's it called now? Her health would take such a turn following such. I can't imagine the kind of fear that must have been in her for her blood pressure to shoot so high that it affected her eyesight and eventually causing her to lose sight in her eye. But yeah, let's just talk some more about Folorunsho Alakija, some of the feats and the things she's done. But before she even owned Supreme Stitches and all that, you know that this woman was a banker. Did you know that? Yes, she had a 12-year banking career as an executive secretary at Sidrade Enterprises before she now moved to the former National Bank of Chicago, and then she went to this fashion school. That's how she started Supreme Stitches. In 1992, it was renamed Rose of Sharon House of Fashion. You know that she also has a church now that is Rose of Sharon and all of those things. So yeah, she's doing well for herself. She has 4 sons. They've been married since 1976. It's an amazing thing she's done, but it's so sad that this is what has happened to her. We hope that God will help her. I don't even know what's the prayer supposed to be. I want to hear from you guys. What do we say to somebody who has experienced such tragedy? Because she's 73, she's vibrant, she's healthy, she's healed, like she's up and doing, and now having to need people or having to adjust to a life of no sight. I can't imagine how tough that would be for her. And like the reporter said, and like people close to her have said, that she has turned to God. I hope that in these trying times that God indeed comes true for her. And if there's any other news concerning her ownership in her company, this is a Forbes woman, somebody that has given so many keynote speeches, won several awards, done amazing things. She's a philanthropist, she's done amazing things, and she's one of the highly regarded women in Africa, in the world even, right? So if there's any news concerning her business, her position as vice chairman of Famfa Oil, or any news from or from sources close to her, I'll let you know in the comment section. But as it stands, these are the things we know about Folorunsho Alakija and losing her eyesight, the mishap, and the measures she took, to avoid herself and her husband. Let's not see something like that. We know how it's going for Eba to be great, but that's not what we're talking about in this video. I'd like for you to share your opinions in the comment section. People have said different things. A lot of people have different comments and different things to say concerning this, but I'd like to hear from you especially. So keep your comments in the comment section. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourselves and bye.